Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Parrott, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And today we'll be covering Red Robin 1 through 4.
Yum.
We did get a appearance of a young Dick Grayson in Batman Do Long Halloween special.
Oh yeah, we did.
I knew that. I knew it'd be on your radar. You know, I was like, hey.
Which I feel like, I guess that must, the Long Halloween takes place before Dark Victory, so I guess this must then take place after Dark Victory.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah.
I mean, because otherwise he wouldn't be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
But yeah, I read it, but I think I might have left it at my parents' house. I read it. It was cute.
So yeah, let's get to that first. So you like that? Starting with
Yeah, it was cute.
Gordon and be like, my daughter wants to know if your boy Robin like go trick or treat.
Yeah, that was cute.
Bruce just does his disappearing thing, but then shows up with Dick at their house later.
Yeah, that was pretty adorable. And they're like, "Oh, you're here."
Yeah, so there is.
And it's like, "Sorry, I had to leave. Tell Barbara she's pretty cool."
No, I know there wasn't a ton of them, but yeah, that's. So I guess here, I mean, they're playing them up like they're close to the same age then.
Yeah, although I think he seems a little bit younger.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little more like in I looked it downstairs. It feels a little bit more like in Batman Year or Batgirl and Robin Year 1, how they're close but slightly off.
Yeah, like a lot of.
I have it downstairs. I forgot I could bring it up. The Robin short story in the audio, the tie-in with the.
Oh yeah, I read that a couple weeks back, but I didn't. I don't have it.
Oh, it came out. All right. Well, I thought that was very funny. How the kids he was talking with were named Bert, Chris, and Brenton. That was
yes. That was good.
I guess it would have been too much to add in the voice actors too, because then you would have had like Scott and Lauren and Jesse and Sean. Maybe is that the guy who does him in the movies with Damien?
I'm trying to remember who that is. I don't remember.
And Neil Patrick Harris. He voiced him in Under the Red Hood.
Yes.
So I guess you have to stop. I guess you have to just cut it off somewhere.
I did be here all night.
Yeah, too many kids, too many. So that was cool.
So yeah, that was a cute one too. So.
Yeah, it was cute.
And pretty soon here, once under the Fear State's over, we'll get I think Dick and Barbara in charge of the Bat family because I think Bruce is leaving town.
Yeah, and we'll get the annual soon of Dick and Jason on their bro adventure. I mean, at least that's what I'm choosing to think of it as. I'll have to read the issue to find out if that's really what it is. But I'm stoked.
Heck yeah. All right. So.
Still nothing in Young Justice.
Yeah, I know. It was more Martian stuff. So spoilers. Do you think Connor's dead?
Better not be.
Mm-hmm.
I can't handle this. My cat is down here eating these fries.
Oh, yeah, they're good fries.
Yep, she's legit eating these fries. She's just trying to be a good sibling, right, Nightwing? By eating your By eating your brother's fries?
Huh?
Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing? Eating your brother's fries? Only siblings hate it when you eat their fries,
though. So, should we get to the Red Robins?
Yeah, sorry, I just had to take a picture of my cat eating fries.
I know. That's fine.
Yes, Red Robin. Yum. These fries are from Red Robin, everyone. I told Phil we should go to Red Robin, and he forgot, but I did not.
I know. I feel bad, especially since I passed there today. I was like, oh, come on.
Shameful, Phil. For shame. Although I suppose since they're actually not officially affiliated in any way, you can be excused.
Oh, thank
you. All right. Yeah. So Red Robin. I mean, I guess I read these a long time ago, but I do not know as much about Red Robin as much as a lot of these people I don't know. Like, I don't really know Prue
well.
I heard that.
Well, they were kind of new for this series, so yeah.
Okay then. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, that whole group that ambushes them, they're kind of new to this for this series, so.
Oh, okay. Well, of course, the main thing is I understand why. I mean, they had to make Damian Robin because that's just the way things go and whatnot. But I hate how they did it. It always makes me so sad. Like, Dick would not have, in my mind, Dick Grayson would not have not talked it over with Tim.
Yeah.
That's an outrage.
I was going to say, yeah, Dick would have talked to him before he even went to Damian and been like, you know what, we need, Bruce would have wanted this and, we need to keep him here. We need to keep an eye on him if nothing else.
Right, yeah.
So Tim, I need your help.
Yeah, so, and I mean, I know they want to emphasize that it just seems weird to me that Dick would let Damian say these things.
Well, he was kind of telling him to shut up, but.
Right. Also, the dude who's writing these first four is obsessed with calling Tim Wayne. They popped up so many times. I was like, oh my God, slow your roll, dude.
Well, I think everybody was calling after the adoption was calling him Tim Wayne for a while, like the public and stuff. And
yes, it's weird. I guess that's why people remember more that he adopted Tim. It still seems kind of weird to me that he would just immediately. I mean, I guess because his parents weren't as nice as Dick's parents, Dick has a better relationship with his parents, but it's weird.
Well, too, and I think Tim, like before New 52, at this point, Tim was doing some stuff. He wasn't running Wayne Enterprises, but he was doing a bunch of projects and stuff with them. So I think it was, at least with the shareholders, it made things go down easier to, to call himself Tim Wayne instead of Tim Drake.
Yeah, I don't know. It just always sounds weird because you're so used to him for so long being Tim Drake, and most of the time we call him. I mean, I don't know any fans that call him Tim Wayne.
I know.
Like, everybody calls him Tim Drake. So every time they say it, I'm like, who? Oh, yeah. So that's just kind of funny. But anyway, yes, I put off reading these because it annoys me so much that they don't have. I just read them an hour before we were doing this because I was like, it's going to make me so annoyed how Dick and Tim go.
Exactly.
Okay, then he says, I chose this costume because it was already tarnished. So what's the deal? What's the deal with the Red Robin costume in this universe?
All right, in the Countdown series, when Jason was with Kal Rayner, Donna Troy, jumping through the multiverse, there was one universe where he puts on the Red Robin costume, but it's weird. The minute he gets back at the end, he kind of throws it in that garbage can, all Spider-Man style. So yeah, he just throws the costume in the garbage, and that's where the general, Tim's enemy picks it up and was like using it for a while, and then Tim gets it off of him, and then Tim's like injured, like I don't know, like General kind of set his head on fire. So like at the end of his Robin series, he was wearing it. He's like, the cowl adds protection, but
oh, okay.
Yeah, so once again, Jason picks up a suit that because the original Red Robin was Dick in Kingdom Come, but that's in a
right. That's why I was like, why is it tainted?
Because Jason.
Of course, I should have known.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was kind of like, why is this tainted? Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean the whole Damien thing and then everything else, they just were looking for an excuse to, get Tim out on his own and.
But I mean, whatever. I suppose I'm over it. It's only been 12 years. I should be moving on with my life, but it's still. I just wish they didn't have to make things so dramatic. Like,
yeah.
How the original time when Dick became Nightwing, it was just, it's time for me to move on. Then they had to make it a whole, like, you're fired sort of thing. And we couldn't have it be Tim. I mean, he at least says, you're my equal and that kind of stuff. So but I feel like he should have talked to him beforehand because this really conveys that Tim was surprised that Damien was Robin. And I feel like, generally speaking, Dick reads people better than that. And he should have known, I need to have this conversation with Tim beforehand, explain to him about it. And then, because that's it. I understand that Tim is very upset that he's not Robin anymore, but I understand Dick saying I need Damien to be Robin, and ever since Bruce basically fired Dick, it's sort of become Batman gets to pick who Robin is now, and I think I likened it, that's just kind of how it goes. But I just wish he got about it better in a more what I feel is Dick Grayson way, where he would have said, where he would have had a heart to heart with Tim and explained it. I mean, I would have still expected Damien to be a little sassy butthole and Tim to get mad back at him, but I just wish Dick had explained it better.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just this writer too, because in a few weeks we're going to cover Red Robin 13, and that's when I think our friend Fabian, takes over, and it's a lot smoother. He's back in Gotham and he's working with everybody pretty.
Is that Cousin Oliver?
What?
Is that the issue with Cousin Oliver?
It might be. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So once we get the year 2 and a new writer, it kind of goes a little smoother. So again, they just
I mean, that's my thing is I understand, like, also because Tim wants to not be in Gotham because he is convinced and he's correct that Bruce is alive. It also makes sense for him to be a different character or code name, whatever. I just wish.
Definitely. Oh, I agree with you. Again, they just wanted Tim out there on his own. And again, as the audience, Tim's right, because he's like, oh, Bruce isn't dead. Bruce is out there somewhere. Go find them. So.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know if that was even supposed to be like meta commentary, like, oh, hey, Bruce is still out there.
I mean, everyone knew, but I did think it was good how people were trying to reach out and help him. I mean, a part of me feels like they could have done a little bit better job with explaining, like, grief. I mean, because one of the stages of grief is denial, and explaining that people were thinking he was in denial. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do because, of course, we know as readers, oh yeah, he's Batman. He's totally not dead. Because we just know that's how comics work. But it does make sense that the characters would be worried about you if you were like, no, he's not dead.
Yeah, again, they wanted him out there on his own, and I guess that was like the easiest way to do it. It's just like, he thinks Bruce is still alive, and everyone else that just thinks he's in denial, and
that makes sense to me. Like I said, I just wish they hadn't made Dick kind of a dick. about it, because that's always my primary concern is
Dick
not being a dick.
Well, and two, it's like towards the end of his Robin series, they were showing like, with Bruce dead, Tim is like, you know what, I'm gonna have to, Dick's there, but I'm gonna have to kind of step up too, and like they were almost painting it where it's like, Dick reluctantly comes back, but they were almost painting Tim like he was gonna be like the next Bruce Wayne, like attitude wise, and like having 20 backup plans, and just preparing for the worst at every turn.
Yeah, I think they've been doing that with Tim for a while, though. I mean, I think maybe when they first invented him, they weren't, but I don't know. Yeah, it feels like that became kind of part of an aspect of Tim being the smart one.
Yeah.
That they wanted to show him.
Well, that's pretty much. Yeah.
That is something though that I think does make sense, that Tim would be the one that thinks that Bruce is not dead, because I always kind of liken it. In my head at least, I think it's kind of an interesting parallel with Bruce Wayne murderer and then Bruce Wayne fugitive, because Dick gets adopted and then there's that whole Bruce Wayne murderer fugitive saga, and Dick is the one who's like, no, I know he would never do it. And Tim and Barbara are kind of like, the evidence is kind of not so great in his favor, and they're like, Bruce would always want us to follow the evidence, this kind of thing. But Dick's like, no, he didn't do it. And I always think that that's partially because Dick just got adopted, and now Bruce is officially his father, and he needs Bruce to not be guilty. He needs Bruce to, like his dad to be okay. And I think, and with Tim, it's really not that long ago that he was adopted, and I think it's like he's kind of in that same spot vis-a-vis Bruce that Dick was when it was Bruce Wayne murderer fugitive, that they were just adopted, and they really need Bruce at that moment, so it's harder for them to accept. So Tim was a more logical one with the Bruce Wayne murderer fugitive, and this time Dick is kind of following the evidence. Kind of looks like he's dead, sort of thing. But that's my thought anyway.
Yeah, but the Bruce Wayne murderer thing was just dumb anyway, because it's like, even if you thought Bruce was a murderer, you could tell it was a setup, because the cops found him literally red-handed in Vesper's blood, and it's like, if Bruce is going to kill somebody, he knows how to hide a body. He's a master detective. He knows how to cover his tracks. It's like, really? Bruce is going to be that sloppy? No.
Well, whatever. He didn't do it. But my point is...
And it's interesting. You know what?
Emotionally... Yeah. It's not about what happened. It's about where each of the boys are emotionally in their journey with Bruce.
Yeah. Oh, and then issue 2, we get him and Stephanie having their falling out.
Yeah, so what's up with that? He's saying he can't trust her. Is that because she faked her death? Or is it something else?
I mean, yeah, I think that was the last thing. But yeah, I remember before that, Tim quit as Robin. Bruce brings Stephanie in, and he's like, really? You did that? But yeah, with Leslie's help, she faked her death. Because
Right. So, yeah, but I don't know. I thought Stephanie being Robin was like kind of a while ago.
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the very first thing. But yeah, her faking her death thanks to Leslie. Yeah, that was.
That's you think what he's talking about right here?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, like she even says, she's like, oh, you thought Batman was going crazy, during Batman R.I.P. And so he built a new command center.
Yeah, that's where she finds him, right?
Yeah. But no, she's like, yeah, I'm worried about you. Everyone's worried about you.
Like everyone. I mean, I don't know. I guess.
So
you read more of it, and so you probably know this better. But I mean, are they kind of trying to play up that Tim's in emotion or turmoil? I mean, they really kind of seem to be emphasizing. I mean, he says multiple times in these like things are gray and I'm compromising, because it seems that it almost seems like he doesn't want to believe that people care about him. I mean, I guess he's just in a really bad place. Because when Stephanie's like, everyone's worried about it, and he's like, no, not everyone's worried. I mean, he's like, he doubts that everyone's worried, and he's just like, Dick sent you, didn't he? And then when Cassie comes, he's like, Dick sent you, didn't he? So, I mean, I guess he knows that Dick cares, but he doesn't seem to believe that his friends could also care.
Well, I just think it's Bruce's death, too, because, I mean, remember, his real father was around for a while, then got killed in Identity Crisis. Then Bruce goes and adopts him and becomes his second father. And, you know, I mean, I think between that and when Batman RIP happened, it was maybe 2 or 3 years in the real world. So in the story, it's probably weeks or months. You know, Bruce becomes his father, and he gets, you know, as far as he knows, he gets killed. But then he's like, oh no, he's alive.
That's why it's like with the murderer thing with Dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, it's like clearly evident he's in a really bad place.
Oh yeah,
because he doesn't even seem to want to believe that his friends care about him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems to think Dick cares about him. Although maybe he just thinks Dick is spying on him. I don't know.
Well, I think he thinks Dick should just believe him and say, "Hey, Bruce is alive. Why won't you believe me?" It's you know, the world we live in. It's not that crazy of a thing.
I mean, that's true.
Although it is kind of weird because they brought, you know, Superman brings back a Batman clone, so they have a body.
That darn body.
Yeah. Yep. I guess they had to do that just so, you know, Alfred and Dick get like basically everyone, but Tim just gives up and like, okay, he's dead.
Yes.
But
well,
yeah.
I mean, stuff has happened, but this is the first time that kind of stuff has happened to Bruce. That he's got.
Yeah. Oh, and then Ra's al Ghul, when Ra's al Ghul wants to talk to you, yeah, it's not good.
No, but yeah, I mean, that's the big thing they're doing with Red Robin is like playing up Tim as Bruce's successor with Ra's al Ghul.
So remember, he came to Dick too, so do you think he was just like trying to corrupt Bruce's whole family now that Bruce is gone? I'm like, yeah, come work for me.
Well, I don't know if he wanted Dick though. I mean, there was that Valentine. He just wanted to talk to Dick. I mean, it could just be because of this whole Red Robin thing, but I think they very much play up that Roz is more interested in Tim than Dick. And I suppose that would kind of make sense because, I mean, I, of course, you know, you as well, we just like it when they try to make Dick look stupid. But, I mean, Tim is, like, really smart.
Yeah.
I mean, Dick is smart, but Tim is really smart. So I think Roz would respect that. I can't help but think that there's probably also a little bit of a class thing because the way that Tim was, originally introduced, Tim is also upper class. And, of course, Dick is from the circus. So I can imagine that even though, like, the comics don't entirely come out and say it, I mean, although Talia does be like, say sometimes with Damien, like, oh, you're hanging out with that circus trash kid or whatever. I mean, I imagine that's part of it, that Roz would be more interested in someone who is smarter and working a little bit more in gray areas, and he would be more, the way they're presenting Tim in here, and he would be more interested in someone who is, closer to him class-wise.
I mean, I can see Roz just being interested in the whole family, just, because, hey, their whole organization is giving me a hard time, for how long now?
Sure, definitely. But it doesn't surprise me that they give him a particular interest in Tim because, as we talked about before, Tim and Bruce are very alike on the surface. I mean, and I'm not saying they're not alike. It's like, they always talk about with Dick and Bruce, they say stuff like, you two are more alike than you want to admit or more alike than you think. And that's absolutely true. Like down in their core, they're very much alike. But Bruce and Tim are very much alike on the surface as well. Like when people look at the Robins, they think, oh, Tim's the one most like Bruce. Which, I mean, in certain ways he is, and probably in certain ways he isn't. But I definitely think he's most like Bruce in the ways that Ross is going to care about.
Yeah.
And so, plus, at this point, Tim doesn't have as many friends, and he's kind of pushing his friends aside, and I think that would be. I mean, Ross plays on weakness. He's an evil guy. So Dick has always been closer with his friends. So, but yeah, I just think that Ra's al Ghul and Talia don't respect Dick as much as they respect Tim. Then I think and I might partially have to do with class stuff.
Could be. Just looking at what about this guy?
It could also have to do with maybe Dick doesn't like them as much since they kidnapped him.
Oh, true, yeah.
To introduce themselves. Hey. I mean, that doesn't necessarily endear you to someone.
I mean, in the early
or endear someone to you, rather. What?
I mean, in the early days, they tried to get Bruce to marry Talia or whatever. I mean, they could have thought Dick was a distraction or something back then.
Well, I mean, Dick was pretty pissed about it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, exactly.
What about this guy, the Wild Huntsman?
Yeah, he's freaky. There's something about this art. I don't know. It kind of seems off to me. I don't know. Not like off. It just doesn't seem to fit Tim as well as other kinds of art do.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too. When we get to 13, yeah, the art we get. I like the art better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like these people are super wrinkly.
Yeah. Oh, this is that's another thing that like in all the books at this time, it's like, yeah, when they buried Bruce, they had to bury it like an unmarked grave because no one can know Bruce Wayne is dead and stuff. And as far as everyone else knows, Batman's still alive. So,
right. Yeah, but I don't know why Royce is like whoever he has parading around as Bruce Wayne most certainly is not. Yeah, duh, you knew that right away in Streets of Gotham that wasn't him.
Yeah.
While you were sitting there in your bathrobe, lounging, watching the news.
I don't know if what the timeline is, but at this point maybe he doesn't know who it is. But then he's like, oh, it's Tommy Elliott.
Yep. Well, and maybe I don't know. Russ seems to know a lot of stuff. Maybe he is also partially going after Tim because he knows Tim and Damian don't get along, and he's kind of mad at Damian.
Maybe.
That could be part of
it. But yeah, in 3, Tim goes to Bruce's grave, and then his friend Cassie shows up. Wonder Girl.
Yeah, and then she calls back to Dick. He's like, he needs help. He won't take it from me.
Oh yeah, this is like a theme through most of this series. Lucius Fox's daughter is sent to go find Tim, and basically, I think she becomes his love interest, I believe.
Yeah, Tim Tam likes the cookies.
What?
Haven't you heard that? You know how people are always making up ship
Yeah.
names or whatever? Dick Babs, whatever. They're Tim Tam, like the Australian cookies.
I never heard of the Australian cookies.
Snap, never? Oh my God, Ray, I hope you're listening. Send Phil some Tim Tams. He's never had them. My
That's
God,
all right.
Phil,
we were talking one day. He never heard of General Tso's chicken. So, what the f?
You're missing out, Phil.
I know.
You're missing out. Tim Tams are delicious. And you eat them with tea, and you bite each end, and then you stick it in your tea, and you suck the tea through the Tim Tam like a straw. It's amazing.
Wow.
It's amazing. Guess I know what I'm getting Phil for Christmas. Tim Tam. All right.
And I'm assuming, wait, does the huntsman have no powers? Just a couple dogs and an axe?
I don't know. I already went on to number 4. I wasn't interested in the huntsman.
But yeah, all these people like Prue and that, they're brand new for this series. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. Because I was thinking, I don't know anything about these people.
Oh, and there's the other thing in 3. Tim might be in a foul mood too, because I don't know if was this was this Final Crisis or something? Yeah, because some of Darkseid's minions put they were controlling a bunch of people with the anti-life equation, so I guess they threw one on Tim. So yeah, so I mean he had Darkseid basically whispering in his brain, so that might be another reason he's not in the most sunny mood.
Right, because he's always talking about the gray.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Okay, so that was the one where Bruce died. Sorry, sometimes I get my crisis confused.
Yeah, because Bruce kind of tries to shoot Darkseid with a magic bullet or something. He's just like, I never use guns, but in this case, But yeah, in 3, it's just a lot of Tim fighting the Huntsman and Roz's people, and at the graveyard he's talking to Cassie. And he's like, I know Batman's alive. So yeah, so Cassie thinks Tim's in denial. So yeah, she calls Dick. Yep. And we'll see what Dick does in issue 4. Because at the end of 3, Roz's people are waiting for Tim at the airport.
Well, Dick says, Tim, will you talk to me? I want to help. I mean, first he's like, we live in an insane world. I know you believe Bruce is alive, and God knows I want that to be true. But this time's different. You can feel it. I know you can.
Aww. Because, yeah, the flashback, they show Tim at the graveyard, and Dick shows up as Batman.
Yep.
Just a lot of Tam looking for Tim, and then... Oh yeah, and then they get into that whole resurrection of Ra's al Ghul thing again. Once again, that's the where Ra's tempted Tim with bringing his parents back and stuff.
Yep. And it's like, Tim, don't make this harder than it has to be. Tim says, Dick, let me go. And Dick says no. And then Tim goes, let go, and flips him. And then they have a fight.
Because Dick brings up Superman, basically like, Superman checked him on a microscopic level. It's Bruce. Even though it's a clone. But
those darn clones.
I know. But meanwhile, what country are they in? Yeah.
He's in Baghdad.
Oh yeah, because with Roz's help, Tim finds this cave. The bat on the wall, that's at the end of I believe that's like the final page of Final Crisis. They show Bruce is thrown back in time, and like I think it's prehistoric times. He's like, he don't even know who he is, I don't think, but he's like scribbling a bat on the wall. So
wait, do they show that in Final Crisis, or is that later?
That's like the last page of Final Crisis. They just show him, I think, in the cave. No, yeah, because later on there's
there's that Bruce Wayne return home or road home or whatever.
Yeah, where he's like jumping through different areas, like he's like a pirate in one, and yeah, he's like keeps jumping ahead in time until he gets to that Batman and Robin issue. Remember when we covered, Dr. Hurt shoots Dick in the back of the head.
Yeah, and then Batman just pops up, and Dick's like, I knew you couldn't just show up at lunch. You had to show up at a weird time. Although, is that when he first appears, or does he first appear in a different one where he gives Tim a hug first?
No, that's after, I think.
Oh, okay. So he really does just get like spit back out in a Batman costume in the
middle of the miniseries. Like
classic Bruce.
At the end of the miniseries, they just show him like getting dressed in the cave. So I'm assuming that at that point he just runs up the steps right into the Batman and Robin issues.
That could be. Yeah, I've not read Bruce Wayne: The Road Home because I know he's going through time, and I'm not sure that I can. I'm not sure that I can handle what might be bad history. So I'm just like, all right, I know the gist. He's in time, and he ends up at home. Got it.
A while since I read. I'm trying to remember if there's any medieval stuff, but I remember something with a pirate. I remember something. What was it, like the 18th or 19th century? So yeah, I mean, there's only so much. It was like 5 or 6 issues. There was only so much they could do. So much history.
I know.
Oh, but this thing with Dick and Tim, he's like, you don't think I know how this sounds?
I sound like I snapped.
Oh yeah, that's right. He lost both his parents. Remember, we talked about he lost a couple episodes back. He lost Superboy.
Yeah, is Superboy not back from the dead yet?
No. Oh wait. It might be.
I don't really know the timing on that.
Close. Yeah, I don't know. It might. If not, I think it's soon. But it's like even if.
But he says, "I lost my friends. I can't trust them." Did he have some kind of falling out with the Titans or something?
Why? At least with Cassie, I guess, because she called called Dick. So I'm assuming, if nothing else, that's yeah. Because after he becomes Red Robin, he really doesn't. He's not in the book for a while, but then he comes back towards the end.
Right. Yeah. And Connor's back because he says, "You'll always be my Robin," and he says, "You'll always be my clone boy."
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Connor's back if he is. They don't know it yet because Cassie would have told him if.
Oh, okay, that's probably true.
Oh, and Dick wants Tim to talk to a therapist in Metropolis.
I mean, that makes sense. Everyone in the Bat family could benefit from talking to a therapist on the regular. Just saying.
I was gonna say, where was that therapist Dick talked to in Titans? What, that wasn't Metropolis, was it?
No, I think that was in New York because that's where he was living in New York.
Just wondering if it was the same one.
All right, but then he says, "I'm leaving, Dick. I need you to let me go. You called us equals, remember? If we're really equals, if you really are brothers, then believe in me. I've earned it."
Yeah.
I'm just trying. So I guess he's like a little bit annoyed at Dick, but also like.
Oh yeah, because I mean that parting shot. You take care of Gotham and try not to let Damian destroy everything you and I built as Robin.
I know, but he also seems to. He remembers that he said they were equals and brothers. Yeah. Might not believe it at this point, though. But
and then Tim and the Roz's guys are ambushed by the widower.
Yeah.
Tim gets cut. And yes, kids, we're gonna leave you on a cliffhanger. So, what did you think, Kristen?
I mean, it's fine. It's good. It's always colored by. I'm just annoyed that the writer made Dick kind of a dick. So yeah. That always colors my ability to enjoy it.
Yeah. Again. I mean, it's for purposes of the story, and it's and again.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's Tim's book, so
And I just wonder if some of this is just Tim being a what do they call that? Not a bad narrator, but a
unreliable narrator.
Unreliable, maybe just because all the grief and just like going through all that stuff with Darkseid and stuff. Maybe we're seeing this through Tim's eyes, but maybe he's not the most reliable narrator at this point.
But yeah, I mean, I guess the thing is, like, it just kind of annoys me, but because I'm a Dick stan. But it does make sense in these times that everybody would not be behaving perfectly because everybody is grief-stricken. Obviously, I mean, like Alfred's devastated, Dick's devastated, Tim's devastated, Superman's devastated. Like everyone's really sad.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they do a better job of showing that than it.
And again, this was just a dark time all around,
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've read Red Robin, but I mean, it definitely has a darker tone than his Robin book. Like, it's.
Yeah, that's why I said wait a couple weeks till we get to issue 13. I think you'll like it a lot better. He's more in sync with everyone. I think Bruce is back by that point, so it's like everyone's like kind of all the family's back together.
Yeah, I mean, I've read it, but I don't know. Sometimes, depending on the writer. I feel, I mean, although they've done it with Dick sometimes too, but sometimes some people write Tim like really kind of dark at times.
Yeah.
Well, because they write him sometimes really Bruce-like.
Oh yeah, that's like they're really doing that in this series. It's just like he's like the next Bruce. I mean, they kind of do it more like Dick's kind of lighthearted, so Tim's like the next Bruce. Which is kind of sad.
Yeah, and like you said, with the grief and stuff, I mean, it seems like he's really down on himself because he keeps saying, I'm operating in the gray and this kind of stuff. It's almost like he doesn't really believe in himself as a good guy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad.
Oh, yeah.
But, again, grief.
I was just looking up. Did you know we're kind of technically sort of getting 2 Nightwing issues in November? Well, this month.
Well, is the annual coming out and the regular one?
Yeah. Yep. I think the regular one is the 16th, and then I think the annual comes out 2 weeks later. So.
Is that like a little Thanksgiving treat? That's what you can say. I'm thankful for a second issue of Nightwing this month.
I guess, yeah, because it's like the week before Thanksgiving week. I think the week after. Yeah. Oh, and the annual looks like it's guest starring Jason. So.
Doesn't look like it. It is. They've openly advertised that.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think, Phil, about Tim's book?
He's not dead, damn it. But whose book? Tim's book?
Yeah, the Red Robin.
Yeah, I liked it. Especially the second half, once you get to 13 through 26.
When it's not as serious.
Yeah. I mean, he's still plotting. Tim's still kind of plotting behind, Bruce, like setting up plans and stuff. But yeah, it is a lot later. So,
is there not as much Ra's al Ghul in the second half?
Oh yeah, no. There's really no Ra's al Ghul. Yeah,
Ra's makes things very serious.
Yes, yeah. It's more based in Gotham too and stuff. So,
yeah, I mean, it was good. It's just kind of dark.
Yeah, like I said, when we get to the next one, it'll be better. All right.
Like, I get why, but it makes me sad to see the people so sad.
I know. All right. So, anything else, or should we give everyone the homework?
I'm good. We can wrap it up.
All right, kids. Next week, we're gonna throw you in the middle of a crossover. Well, I'm gonna throw Kristen in the middle of a crossover. Yes, because Lilith and I have been doing every part of the Armageddon 2001 crossover. So, next week, let me double check here. I'm 99.9% sure. If the schedule ever comes up, there we go. Yes, New Titans Annual 7, the Armageddon 2001 Part 4.
What year did that come out? Not 2001, but they just call it 2001?
1991, because it was like a look at possible future. Yeah, all the heroes that were involved, like 10 years in the future. So, they were dealing with the far off future of 2001.
Now 2001's the far off past.
I know. Well, the Flash.
And what were you doing in 2001, Phil?
Reading comics.
I was in high school.
I was out of high school, but because the Flash TV show, when they come back in a few weeks, they're the first 5 episodes. They're like having a bunch of guest stars, and the crossover is called Armageddon. So.
But is it called Armageddon 2001?
No, I told Lilith, I said if they really wanted to milk it, they should have called it Armageddon 2021.
Yeah, they should have.
He's like,
they wouldn't have even had to exaggerate.
Lilith was like, those TV writers, they probably never read those comics. Like, I know. But I think in about a month or so, we'll get to that Red Robin 13. So. Towards the end of the year. Really?
I mean, we don't have that much time left.
I know. Well, okay. Next week is the the Titan, the New Titans Annual 7. 2 weeks, Detective Comics 864 and 865. 3 weeks, Batman 700 and Detective 866. Then we get the Red Robin 13.
Oh, okay.
Then we get the Nightwing 64, which is like a Christmas story, and to round out the year, Grayson Annual 3.
Yeah, here's 2020 is fast dashing away.
That's right.
Which is probably for the best. It's been a little better than 2020, but not that great.
And the professor's hard at work on her list for next year. So
that's right, I am.
All right, kids. That's right. So send your thoughts on the Red Robin series. Again, New Titans Annual 7 next week. The Armageddon Part 4. Yeah, catch Part 3 in Comic Capers 121 if you missed out. So email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter. Find links to all the various social medias for all of our shows. Links to this YouTube channel. But most importantly, links to the Patreon. Please, once again, we're on our own now. Everyone's paying out of pocket. So if you can contribute, anything helps. We don't have a Bruce Wayne or a Ra's al Ghul.
Thank God we don't have a Ra's al Ghul. I don't want to sell. I don't want to have to sell my soul for a podcast.
So yeah,
I have standards, Phil.
I know. So yes, if you can subscribe to the Patreon, or pick up some merch, t-shirts, cups, but find links to all of it all in one place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And that's right, kids. If you don't want Kristen to sell her soul, yes, go pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. All fans of this show should pick it up. Yes, lots of articles about Dick Grayson put together by Kristen herself. And yeah, so please don't let her sell her soul to an immortal madman. Please pick up Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. Get it on Amazon. Man, I really. All right, kids. So again, next week, New Titans Annual 7. Armageddon Part 4.
Whoa, how many parts are there to Armageddon?
Well, there was a lot of our episodes have more than one issue, but we got it down to 7.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So Armageddon will hit here next for Part 4, and then Part 5 on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast, episode 52. Lilith was complaining about doing all of Armageddon. I was like, well, Kristen's doing one of them. Come on.
Did you pick Armageddon or did she?
I did, just because the Flash TV show is doing that event. All right. So, yes, the future of 2001 will be here next week. But until then, join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
See Nightwing News. Ross is bad. Okay.